Hi, this is Christine DeCamp for Point Reyes Open Studios. Please join us for our annual event on Thanksgiving weekend. That's Friday, November 25th through Sunday, November 27th. And it goes from 11 till 5 p.m. each day. We have 23 artists participating this year in Point Reyes Station, Inverness Park, and Inverness. And we also have a group show at the Blackbird Cafe in Inverness. Now that show is open right now and it will be up through Open Studios. So that's a good place to go and get a preview of who will be participating in this event and what studios you might want to go to. Now we have a lot of people that say that Point Reyes Open Studios is their favorite Open Studios. Why? Because we have a really high caliber of work. There's quite a diverse selection of people doing different mediums, painters, sculptors, potters, jewelry. We have someone doing woodblock prints. We have someone doing kelp baskets, painting, of course. So there's something for everybody here, and we hope you will come. And I know you're going to enjoy it, and it's always fun to go around and see what artists are doing, and you get to talk to the artist in their workspace. And it's easy to get around because we're in a small area. And what we're going to show you after this, the next part of the video, is going to be a couple of clips from some interviews I did with two of our artists, Ernesto Sanchez and Sue Gonzalez. So stay tuned for that, and we hope to see you that weekend.
I create art that resonates with heart and spirit. My goal is to make art that people can involve in their lives. I'm interested in art that has energy and is not just static in form, but has a presence. And as you can see, as you look at the wall, I work with the different mediums. I sculpt, and I also have mixed media. Everything is at one time a hunk of clay, so I sculpt in clay and make a latex mold and then cast things. So there's a variety of mediums that I'm casting in.
Ernesto, what you felt that what is it that people respond to the most about your work?
It's interesting. They respond a lot to the energy of the work. And it really taps something, it really awakens something in them. I've had people come in and all of a sudden they break into tears. And they start telling me things about themselves just because something they saw in an art piece really moved them and evoked something deep within them. And that sense of energy that people feel in the work is real important. I worked for years as a performer. I worked as a mask dancer and as a mime. So I wasn't really using words, and I was finding ways to communicate to the audience, and I was finding ways to let them have an emotional involvement with what I was doing on stage. And when I shifted into the visual arts, I wanted to see if I could do that same thing. Could I create pieces that are static in form, but have a presence in life that will touch and move people? And that pretty much is my goal, and that is what seems to move people the most.
In Sue Gonzalez's studio in Point Reyes Station, and Sue is going to tell us a little bit about her work and her process.
Okay, well, for some time now I've been painting water, and I have been doing narrative paintings and paintings of intricate things like barnacles, honeycombs, and so I was kind of experimenting a lot. But when I started painting water, I just got really intrigued by water, the patterns, you know, in which it flows. Like, what are you really seeing? Because when you're looking at water in the bay, it's just everything's so elusive. So I was wondering what exactly is going on. And I got interested in finding out. So I took a lot of photographs, and I took a sketchbook to the bay, and I just sat and stared at it mostly to see where I learned things about, the dark shadows are usually encased by, a very white or light kind of outline, and then there's sort of a medium value that comes in after that, and I started seeing the crisscrossing and the patterns of the waves and that sort of thing, and I just really enjoy painting water. I don't so much enjoy painting the land, but although my paintings do have references to specific places around Tamales Bay in particular, my husband and I go out in a boat, and sometimes we fish, or sometimes we just ride around and stop at the beaches. So lately I've just been really focusing on Tamales Bay. Right now I'm interested in water. And there is, I'm interested in the reflection. I'm interested in the symbolic qualities of the water. I guess they're self-portraits in a way, because we're 98% water. Sometimes for me it's what's below the surface, and sometimes it's not just the pattern, but the movement.
Thank you so much, Susan, for inviting us into your studio and
Thank you.
giving us a chance to look at your beautiful work and sharing your process.